Okay, hi Joe.
Hi.
So we're going to give you just a little bit of information about the reformer before we start.
Okay.
So this part here is called the carriage. This is our foot bar. This is the different springs. So as you can see here, we've got reds, yellows, and blues.
Okay.
So the reds are the heavier strings, the blue are next in line, and then the yellow is the lightest of the springs. I'll be guiding you through the different weights and what we're going to need for different exercises.
Okay.
As I say, this is the foot bar. Also, this is the foot holder. Sometimes we may be using this. These are the shoulder posts. This is, we can lift and lower here for the neck position, but we're going to keep it flat today,
Right.
if that's okay. These are the straps. We've got short straps and we have long straps. And again, I'll be guiding you through which straps we'll be using for different exercises. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to ask you just to, when we come onto the carriage, just for safety purposes, perhaps just holding on to the steady part of the foot bar before we come down, because the carriage will move in and out. So just to ask you now, if you don't mind, bringing yourself down into the carriage, holding on to the foot bar, just safely bringing yourself lying onto your back, please. Thank you. That's it. Lovely. So Joe, before we begin, a few little things in terms of our positioning and where we're going to get the maximum and the most amount of effort and control is through the abdominals, through what's called the TVA, and also through the pelvic floor. Okay?
Okay.
So to engage the pelvic floor, we're going to get a sense of a feeling to draw the energy up. With the TVA, where that's the transverse abdominis, we're going to be imagining drawing the energy across. Okay, so that may sound a little complicated now, but basically we're just trying to bring a focus into the center of the body so the energy is coming up and the energy is coming across.
Okay.
Whilst we do that, we want to try and stay in a neutral pelvic position if possible. So what I might ask you to do is, if it's okay, Joe, I might just slide my hand in underneath your back so I can feel like there's a little bit of space there. So if you were to press down onto my hand there, do you feel that little bit of engagement? That's flattening the back out.
Yeah.
You probably feel the abdominal muscles engage a little bit there. What I would ask you to do now is actually tilt the pelvis the opposite direction where you create a larger gap between the back. So if you feel there, the spine feels a little bit more vulnerable in that position. So I want you to just tilt the pelvis forward and back. So as you rest there, just roll back and forward through the pelvis, tilting forward and back until you find somewhere in the middle where you might get the sense that there's a slight little gap between the lower back and the carriage. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
As we hold that position, we want to keep those abdominals nice and engaged throughout.
Okay.
So again, that image of almost drawing the energy across the body and then upward as we maintain that position. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Great stuff. Okay, so we're going to start with what's called footwork, Joe. So I'm going to ask you to bring your feet up onto the foot bar, please, and coming down onto the bottoms of the foot. It's okay if I touch you, Joe?
Yeah,
It's okay. So we're going to bring the heels together. So let the heels come together and allow the feet just to soften down a little bit further. Just come down the bar a little bit more for me there, so that we feel that we've got a nice strong grip coming from the balls of the feet and from the toes.
Okay.
So the breathing in the Pilates reformer, we're going to try and breathe with a more nasal style breath, where we're breathing in and out through the nose in a nice relaxed fashion. So if it feels difficult at any time, you can of course just open the mouth, but we're going to try and maintain that nasal breath in and out throughout the exercises.
Okay.
Okay, so from there, from those toes, just ask you to relax the hands down, and then if you just push the carriage out and away. So we bring those legs into a straight position, lovely, and then come back in again. Might just ask you to slightly slide the feet a little bit lower again for me if you can, just a little bit more onto the toes, lovely. And as best you can, try and maintain that heel connection. Again, as we do this, maintaining that pelvic floor, or that neutral pelvis.
Yes.
So extending those legs back out for me. Let's try for 5 repetitions here. As we draw back in, we're going to try and avoid the carriage banging. So just keeping a nice smooth and continuous movement as we draw in and away. How does that feel?
Yeah, good.
Is that okay? Great stuff. Lovely. And we'll go for 2 more, Joe. Nice. And the last one. Lovely. We'll allow the carriage just to come back in now gently. And then we're going to change the foot position now to come onto the arches of the foot. So we can separate the heels out. We'll come into a more aligned position where the ankles are in line with the knees are in line with the hips. So balance more onto the arches, and then again, same again. So just pushing the carriage away, drawing back in. Again, just perhaps bringing that attention back to that neutral pelvis, trying to maintain that, feel that connection through those abdominals, keeping the breath nice and relaxed. Lovely. And again, let's go for 2 more here. So fully extending those legs right out, and then drawing back in again. And last one for me, Joe. Out we go, and back in we come. Nice. Okay, now we're going to move up onto the heels here. So coming up onto the heels again, maintaining that nice position, ankles in line with knees, knees in line with hips. If you can, we're going to try and relax the feet. So try not to let those toes curl in. Let the feet be relaxed, let the power come from the heels, and the same again, just sliding out. Again, fully extended legs if you can, and then draw back in again, letting those feet relax. Tricky that, isn't it? Tricky to try and let those feet relax at the same time.
Yeah.
That's really good, well done. And then again, finally, fully out and drawing back in. Core muscles staying connected, pelvis staying neutral. Lovely. We're going to go for 1 more of these now, Joe. Fully extending out, lovely. And then back in we come. Okay, so the next one might feel a little bit trickier, a couple of movements involved. So we're going to drop back down into that same position that we were in at the beginning. So if we can come down onto the toes, let the heels come together. Okay, lovely. Now, so from there, we're going to fully extend the legs out. So all the way out, back out, come right up onto the tippy toes here if you can, so fully up, lovely, and then drop the heels back down behind the foot bar, feeling that stretch into the tendons here, and then softening the knees and coming back in. Soften the knees and back in, lovely, and again, fully extend out, right up onto those tippy toes, come all the way up, feel the stretch, drop the heels back down behind the foot bar, lovely, bend those knees and back in we come. Nice, and again, maintain a neutral throughout. And again, out we go, Joe. Let's try and come into a nice, smooth, dynamic flow here. Lovely, that's it, and back in we come. Lovely, and extend out. Drop those heels now, all the way down, bend the knees and back in. Last one. Extend out, drop the heels, and release, and back in. Lovely. Feel okay there? Nice. And this is the last one. Great. Back in. And relax. Okay, Joe, so we're going to move into what's called double leg work now.
Okay.
So this is going to work a little bit with internal external rotation, so just changing the foot position a little bit.
Right.
So just asking you now to bring the feet onto the bar, yeah, as best you can now with the heels, and this can feel quite tricky into the hips, and the same the other side. If it feels too much with the heels, you can't get the heels onto the bar, that's okay, just as best you can, yeah? So feeling a nice strong grip there. Again, bringing our attention back into that neutral position. Try to maintain neutral. Same again here, Joe. We're going to extend out, all the way out those legs, and then back in we come. Lovely. And again, just coming into this nice rhythmic motion here as we come fully out, and then softening back in. Out we go, and back in. Lovely. Let's go for 3 more here. Nice. And 2. Just going to check the video time here. Lovely. And last one. Great stuff. And relax there now. Okay. So now reversing that. So we're going to come into now internal rotation. So we're going to bring those knees together. Let those heels fall out nice and wide. Just maybe let the feet drop down a little bit here. And again, from neutral, maintaining neutral, knees together and push out. Off we go. Lovely. And back in. You'll probably find that there's a natural rhythm of the breath as that inhale and exhale as we come in and out. Just maintaining that nice nasal breathing in and out throughout. How does that feel?
Yeah, okay.
Internal rotation, all okay? Good. More comfortable internally rotated than externally?
Yes,
Yeah.
more challenging. The other one was more challenging.
More challenging, yeah. And we can relax back in now. Okay, lovely. Okay, so when we move in and out of positions on the carriage, from a safe position, what I'm going to ask you to do is extend your 2 legs out over the foot bar. So just bring those 2 legs out and let them rest on the foot bar. Slide your 2 hands in underneath your lower back. Let the tongue come to the roof of your mouth here, and then gently bring yourself back up. So lift yourself up now. Lovely, rolling up, lovely. Okay, now Joe, have a little look down at the springs. So we're going to shift the springs now, we're coming into some single leg work. So we're going to take one red and one yellow off. So keeping 2 reds and a blue. One yellow and one red. Now, same when we come back down, so just safely, just gently lowering yourself back down there. Lovely, just letting that head slot back in between the shoulder posts. Nice. Okay, so placing those toes back onto the foot bar again here, into that position where you feel that nice strong grip. We're going to take one leg up now into a 90-degree position. So taking maybe this left leg up and hold it. So we want to have the knee nicely in line with the ankle, the knee nicely in line with the hip. And then with this left leg, or sorry, your right leg, you're going to extend out. So let the hands relax, and same again, just push out away from the foot bar. Off we go. Lovely, nice, and trying to maintain this throughout, and back in we come. And again, just that neutral position, holding neutral, engaging through that pelvic floor as best you can, feeling the connection there through the abdominals. Lovely. And we're going to go for 2 more here now. And the last one. Nice, now we're going to move into zigzag. So when we draw this knee back in, as one knee extends back in, we're going to extend the opposite leg out. So as this knee is bent, this leg is going to be straight. And then reverse. So as you extend that leg out, so that's going to stay here for me. Okay. So as you extend this leg out, so as you go draw back, this knee is going to come back in. Lovely. And then the same again. Out we go. Nice. And back in we come. I'm going to pause it there, just in line, keeping the ankle nicely up in line with the knee, and again, out we go. That's it. I know it's confusing, isn't it? Between the straight leg and the bent knee, and again, out we go. Trying to hold that neutral. Loads to think about, really, isn't there?
Yeah.
And again, out we go, and back in we come. Lovely. Now this time, Joe, when we extend out, so come back in from it, extend the leg, we're going to hold here, and then in and out we go with a held leg. Nice. And back in. Let's go for 3 more here. And 2. And the last one. Lovely. Now from there, we're going to try and move into what's called a hamstring stretch. So take this leg again, away from the foot bar for me. That's it, so away from the foot bar. Yeah. Now, as one leg is extended out, the other leg will be extended up. So we're going to soften this knee. So come back in.
Should it be on my toes here?
Yeah, onto the toes. Same position again. So let this knee soften and let this leg soften here. Right, now as you extend out, so push the carriage away, bring that leg up. And then we're going to drop this leg down as we bend in. Lovely. Now, if possible, pull the toes in as you come back in, as we come back in. Does that feel okay? It's not too much? Okay, and then again, drop back down again, keeping that bend. Lovely. And back in we come. Do you feel that into the hamstrings?
Calves.
And into the calves as well, yeah. It's a full leg stretch, really. Nice. Again, trying to maintain the neutral position. So if you feel like you're losing neutral, you might be going too far with the leg. So again, just trying to hold that position. We'll go for the last one here. And then we'll relax that down. Okay, perfect. Now, okay, Joe, so ordinarily, everything that we do on one side, we do on the other side. But for the purposes of the exam, we're going to move on now to the 100 position. Okay, so same again. So if you can extend your legs out over the foot bar, place the hands in underneath the lower back, let the tongue float up to the roof of the mouth, and then just roll yourself up safely. And we're going to change again the springs here. So we're going to take one red away. Lovely. And again, just letting those hands come behind you and bringing yourself back down, letting that head just slot in between those shoulder posts. Nice. Okay, so reaching behind you, Joe, we have the straps. So if you want to take each strap there into the long straps, just pulling one out. Nice. And taking the other one out. Lovely. Okay, we're going to bring the knees into tabletop position. So lift the legs up, knees in line with hips, knees in line with ankles. Take the straps and bring them down to what's called the greater trochanter, which is actually just along that side there. Yeah, lovely. Now bring the head and neck up, let the chin tuck in and look through the legs. And maybe bring the spine up into a little bit more flexion. Lovely, and hold. So if you can, try not to grip, maybe just hold and point those fingers out. Again, just engaging through the abdominals, maintaining that neutral position and holding here. So ideally we want to try and see if we can hold this position for around 30 seconds. Can you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Working nice and deeply into those abdominals. Yeah, so trying to keep that chin nicely tucked in, the eye line is looking through those legs. We're not jarring through the neck, but also we want to try and release so there's not too much tension into the neck. Feel okay there?
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff. So we're just holding, keeping the core muscles engaged. Lovely. We're going to hold this, Joe, for another